Fellas, entertainment. I know before we got on, we was talking about Netflix new series, Dama,
Mm.
and all the controversy around that and stuff like that. Have you guys gotten a chance to look at the series?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I finished the last two last night. So yeah,
Okay.
I completed it. I'm in.
I spoiled it a little bit, but you.
I mean, honestly, I don't think they even needed the last two. It was kind of like once he got caught, it was kind of like, you know, they went back to move forward basically. But I feel like that.
You got to feel that throughout the movie and through real life, which he was saying in two of his interviews, is that he was hoping to get caught.
Yeah, and in the last, well, I don't know. Do we want to get spoilers here or what? I don't know. It's been out long enough, but
He said, I would have never stopped. He said, I would have never stopped.
Yeah, I think in the once he gets caught in jail, he keeps saying he wanted the electric chair, so he kind of acted in jail like he wanted somebody to put him out of his misery. I'll say that.
See, I'm not entirely finished with the series. I'm up to episode 7, so just about finishing it up. It's kind of one of those series that's like a car wreck. Like, hey, you shouldn't be watching it, and it's going to be something uncomfortable to look at. But for some reason you can't stop from sticking your neck outside the car window and taking a look at it. It just, and you guys can talk about what you got from the series because you actually watched the complete series. But for me, what just kept on coming up is just like, hey, how many times were there opportunities for people to step in? How many times were there opportunities for people to help? Whether it be Jeffrey Dahmer himself, help him and actually assist him in looking at who he was and why he was doing what he was doing with his parents and stuff like that, to police, interceding. They could have stopped this man from killing multiple people if they had just, paid attention, and in some certain cases just gave a damn, so it's in that regard, it's a tough watch in the sense that, hey, you see all these systems failing, the community at large, and whatnot, and allowing this man the space to become the animal, the murderer that he became. And it's just like, wow, so many times there were opportunities for people to, stop him or help him, whatever the case may be, and it just consistently someone dropped the ball.
I think that encompasses the entire movie and his life. I think just stereotypes, hypocrisies, laziness, prejudices, and to the point, some racism. I mean, I think it all encompasses the growth of Jeffrey Dahmer. So it was a society that helped mold him and build him up to who he was, because he should have been stopped somewhere at 1. It was so many signs as a child, as an adolescent. I mean, you say, all right, he's kicked out of the army. The next question is, why Jeff, from his dad? Not breaking it down and finding out what's going on and everything that Jeff was able to tell him, because his dad was dealing with something else. And the laziness part going into it was saying that I'll brush it off. I had a bad relationship with your mom. Therefore, this is you acting out. This is not me breaking down or having to talk with you and finding out. And later in life, you find out the dad, starts to say, like, if I would just did these steps way before, and then the cop saying, if I would have took this step, and then the accountability for the policing and their missteps, and being commemorated for the mistakes that they took.
Unbelievable.
You know what I mean? So it's like all the reflections which are bad in society, which I think can be taken care of, built up Jeffrey to be who he was. And he was just a reflection of the mistakes of society.
Yeah.
So his growth and his aura and his continuation, Jeff pretty much was like, all the mistakes, Jeff made so many mistakes as a serial killer. You know what I mean? I hate to say it because I don't want to seem demented, but there are more savvy serial killers who have never been as sloppy as Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, this guy had bodies, forget trophies, and he actually had bodies sometimes around him. He was able to get a body out of a hotel in a suitcase. So you make it think is, you get a regular cut yourself, there's going to be blood somewhere. If you're cut up a person, it's tremendous amounts of blood that has been, lost and dropped through the hotel, but he made it out of a hotel in a suitcase. So it's just like, you think about it, it's like, whoa, he stuffed the person in a suitcase, and it's like, well, I saw 7. When this person got his leg cut off, he bled profusely. And I watched Dexter, you need TARP, you need all these other things, you know what I'm saying, like which he didn't have. And you're making out, it's a bloody suitcase leaving the hotel.
Yeah, when I watched it, it's kind of like, if I didn't know it's a true story, I would say, oh, this is Hollywood, this is fake.
Right.
As many times as he got away with stuff, you're just like, nah, this couldn't happen.
Right.
It did.
Right.
And I think, just going down the line, the mother just wasn't there. You know what I mean? She was just absent.
Mm-hmm.
I think the father made a comment like, you never even held him.
Mm-hmm.
The father wanted to be a good father, but then when he knew he dropped the ball, he just turned the blind eye to everything. The grandmother, I think one time when she came downstairs and sat with the guy, she knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she said, no, I'm not going upstairs. I'm gonna stay down. Right. Like, I'm saying this because I know, Mo, you probably caught that episode. And she's sitting there like, no, I'm not leaving. I'm gonna stay with him until he's okay. At that point, she doesn't know exactly what's going on, but she knows what's going on. So, the cops, coming in, about to go investigate into the room, asking, we're not gonna see any gay stuff here, are we? So they just basically don't even want to be in the same room as this guy. So when you say prejudice, yeah, that's with social economics, race, and sexual preference. Like, prejudice played like a huge part as far as the police force not properly investigating DC Nat's character, who she, by the way, I thought a great job playing the neighbor. So it's just amazing that she complained all these times, and we see the results that because of the lack of effort by the Milwaukee's law enforcement.
Right. Yeah, no, it's I mean, a simple fact of, see, the grandmother, the dad, you're enabling your lack of relationship with your son by saying, I'm going to show you anatomy by skinning a raccoon. Like, these are abnormal behaviors in which you're saying, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and when I saw that episode, Hill, that you're talking about, it made me think of Dexter.
Right.
It's just like, because
I know you're off, but I want to hold you.
Yeah, but the way he was doing it is since he had no sense of giving Jeffrey any accountability for it, like explaining, the circumstances in which you can do this anatomy and what we're doing and why are you so fascinated with this? He never even asked that question. And it was so disturbing at one point. It felt like I was watching an episode of Dexter, and all he was missing was giving Jeffrey the rules to being a murderer.
Right.
Fellas, we talking about Dahmer. That's a Netflix series for the month of September. Who do you think had the better month as far as the streaming service? We got Netflix, we got Amazon Prime, we got Disney Plus out there, AMC Plus, Peacock. Who got your attention this month? I know we all got a chance to watch Dahmer. P.
Yeah, for me it was clearly Dahmer, because on Disney Plus, Andor, I believe, came out. I haven't watched it. Now, we always talk on the show. I consider myself a Star Wars guy. I haven't watched it. Like, I just got hooked on Dahmer. I'm still taking long showers because of it, but yeah, I finished the whole series. So
Yeah,
I would say Netflix, because I don't think I watched anything else. You know what I mean? Like, when I do have time to, like, use a streaming service, it's been Dahmer all the way. And yeah, even before that, I think I forgot the name of the movie with Ludacris and Queen Latifah. So yeah, and Netflix hasn't been giving me the best material lately, but they're still winning so far.
they
Maybe I need to
overdid
venture out.
in September, actually.
And that movie that you just tried to mention, I'm glad you didn't know the name of it, because I don't want to suggest that to anyone.
I love Queen Latifah, man. Well, what do you want me to tell you? I love Queen Latifah, unconditional.
Wow.
That's my sister in my mind, man.
Hill, please. Who's winning the streaming awards for the month of September, man?
I would have to say probably Netflix, even though I did just watch Memory on Amazon Prime. I watched quite a bit of Amazon Prime, but that's because of their C movie content. Like, I love their thriller. I love their thriller, and I love their horror section. It's badly produced.
Oh, any of the Gravy movies? Gravy got like 10 movies on there.
No Gravy movies. Like I said, I watched. It was refreshing to see Liam Neeson do a Taken with not so much of a Taken feel to it. He still has some elements in it, but if I had to say, I probably give Memory a C plus.
Hill, you're being nice. That's an F.
Yeah, it was.
That's an F. Like I give it a C plus. I'm at the point, Hill, I don't want to see Liam Neeson with a gun.
Yeah, no, it's gotten
it's getting to a point where on some real, I don't want to see him with a gun. I don't want to see him shot at. I don't want to see him shooting at anybody. I don't want to see him loading a gun anymore. Like, stop.
Well, then you might not want to see Liam Neeson. Then if that's the case, then because I can't picture him in any type of thing except Taken 8.
Yeah, but I'll let you know when Memory Part 2 come out, Mo.
Oh man.
For you, what is it?
I think I might have to do a clean sweep. Netflix.
Netflix, right?
Between Dharma, I also was watching anime series, Cyberpunk, Edge Runners. It's on there. Whatchamacallit, also new movie from Netflix, Lou, which is it's like if I had to describe it to someone, it would be like the female version of Taken. To a certain extent.
I didn't watch it yet.
Whatchamacallit, not a bad film. So yeah, Netflix has been winning this September. Now, Amazon has been hot on their tails as far as I'm concerned. Rings of Power, the Lord of the Rings series, I'm into it. It's very good. They also released movie The Outfit, classic movie. It's classic in the theme of like Usual Suspects. It's like one of those type of movies and whatnot, or Memento, where it's like a little twist at the end. So yeah, I think Netflix got it for September, but Amazon's not too far behind, and they might be catching up. Fellas, what's on the radar?
On my radar right now is that Imani Bates situation, man. I pray for him, man. I hope he gets out of this. And hopefully it's a lesson. We look back as a lesson. Doesn't look good though. It really looks like another cautionary tale of a young man just making a horrible mistake, changing the trajectory of his life. So I'm really waiting to see what happens with that ordeal. I'm not even calling it a story, that ordeal.
Hill,
For
what's on your
me,
radar, man?
for me, it's a response to the Shield. I want to see what the Shield does. I want to see their investigation into Miami and their looks towards the whole CTE investigation. The Players Association playing a part into it and holding them accountable, and as well as the Shield response to, again, not letting off with the Brett Favre thing. I'll beat it like a drum. If more and more comes out and he's more sullied, do they take that bust out? I mean, do his career doesn't exist? These are the things I want to see, the steps being taken towards it. Listen, that's what I want to. That's why I'm with the NFL.
Well, what's on my radar? I'm waiting for that Netflix series, The Redeem Team. Can't wait to see that. I think that comes out this week, coming up. Also interested to see what happens with Brett Favre too, Hill. I want to see him held to the fire. I want to see criminal charges pressed against this man, because there's no reason for him to have done what he could have. It's at the very best of circumstances, it was him being extremely lazy. At the worst of circumstances, just being heinous and downright evil.
No, it's greed. It's greed. It's greed. It's greed, and it seems like it's been schemed up for years now, over 5 years. So, yeah, absolutely.
And for someone that has easy pathways to generating income for himself, if he gave a damn, like, you know what? You getting paid for speeches? How about give a damn speech? That'll work. So I'm too through with that. So I'm looking at, hey, what the NFL will be doing, and also what the state of Mississippi is going to be doing, what the federal government is going to be doing regarding this man and his actions. Because I know there are circumstances where the state governments and federal governments will come down on someone that's legitimately signed up with welfare and trying to get more than they were allotted. Y'all come down like the hammer of God on these people. But for this rich man, I'm not seeing that, and I want to see that, because I think what he's done is heinous. So I'm eager to see how the criminal system treats Mr. Favre.
Yeah, no, I can agree more.
Yeah. Anything else, fellas, before we get out of here?
No, just hey, get well soon, Tua.
Yeah, prayers definitely go out to Tua, man. Speedy recovery. I need some answers.
Yeah, NFL, we're watching. Hey, you could have listened to anybody else, but you're here with us. We appreciate you. Thank you. And we're signing off. We out.
Peace.
Peace.